So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the group winners bracket. Winner of this goes on to next weekend. Loser has to fight again. For the side of BN, Grozavoy, Harugamo, Daring, and then another Daring. So 5 DDs, Des Moines, Guden Lu, and 2 Schlieffens. This is one of the most unique comps I've seen this tournament. First 5 DD comp I have seen all tournament. On the side of VWO50, Daring, Delny, Ragnar, Shima, Moskva, Napoli, Stalingrad, Ohio, and St. Vincent. Now, as we move forward, let's continue to see where they're going to go. So the Delny speed boosting down south. Stalingrad, 406 millimeters, no power is a hilarious name. Shima going north. I'm interested by the 5DD choice. So this starts them with a 90,000 health deficit. So this can go very wrong very quick for BN if they're not careful. This can go very wrong very quick for BN if they're not careful. And so I'm interested to see where they send their DD group. So Grozavoy, shooting, slowing down. They push forward. And now we see where it goes from there. So Daring, Harugamo, Schlieffen, Des Moines up to A. 1 DD in the Guden to B. And then 2 DDs and the Schlieffen to C. Very interesting. Very interesting, chat. Okay, so we're still watching. I mean, this is going to be interesting to watch. Grozavoy and Guden going together. It looks like they want to get that Guden all the way up to that island. Though they're going to run into a Ragnar Daring combination here. So, looks like they spotted the Guden very briefly there. But now the Grozavoy going to smoke him up and in. Ohio has the shells out. Gets about 10k off of the Guden, so a good hit there. But even though it's been taken, it's now being denied. And now you see the downside of this comp, I feel like. You're giving up all 3 caps early on to the side of VWO. And that's not a guarantee that you lose. But that definitely doesn't feel great to start. Ohio of bad, although too good. Over there, taking some damage from the Guden. Guden going to get up onto the island. The Hydro, the radar, pardon me, of the Stalingrad about to go down. Hydro of the Daring still has a long time on it. But now the Guden is in a very strong position to deny any push down from A. And now C is being contested. So that 22-point lead is just sitting there. So, C being taken by the Harugamo and Daring combination. Little bit of shots onto the Delny. Nobody spotted. Tiny bit of chip damage onto the Daring. Ohio's taken a bit of damage. The Guden's taken a big chunk to be down to 34,000 and already used a heal. So, cap now ticking for the side of BN. A is being stopped, and I'm still trying to figure out why this DD comp. ladies and gentlemen. Trying to figure out what the point of it was as compared to running another cruiser. But we shall see. We shall see. With that cap taken, the points are now cresting in favor of BN. Schlieffen of the KotS XIV up there to the edge of A. And so it looks like they're going to play for saying you can't take a cap. We've got our ships in a position where if you try to take any cap, you will lose, is what I'm thinking the play is now. Schlieffen up high, Des Moines up high. Nobody's going to be able to get A. Here come the shots out of Prince and Jamie Mendoza. They're going to try to get as much off that ship as they can. A little bit of chip damage on the first hit. Some more chip damage in. Shells out from the Guden. He's taking a lot of focus fire now. So we'll see how it goes for him. Daring now taking the cap of A, and B having been left, BN is now sitting up 40 points, and they're about to claim all the caps and be taking that. But that health lead is still sitting at 120,000. And the Hugamo of Nab took a big chunk down there of damage while we were up north. Daring of Agar looking in. He's sitting here at C. He's going to poke up and try to get top geared at some point, you would think. He spots top geared. See if they can force him out, but he's got to be careful that the Ragnar doesn't get him in radar range. If the Ragnar gets him in radar range, that's really bad for the Daring. Taz at 30,000 health still. And now BN's just going to play the let's starve you of cap points. Every time you poke in, we radar you or force you out. And we tick up the points in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen. Schlieffen's secondary is on the Delny, going to force the Delny to run away to the edge of the cap. Doesn't take any damage, but he does duck out. Lead is building up to 414. A is being contested again by the Shima and the Daring. Des Moines doesn't have radar for another 28 seconds, but he has a good idea where he is, and man, that was some nice blind fire. And so, this is a really hard spot for VWO. Where do you get your points? Which cap? Your Moskva's sitting back here. Your St. Vincent's there. Your Ragnar's trying to spot. You do spot the Daring. That'll force him out temporarily, but it won't force him out that long. Now, you have the Stalingrad coming up as well, which will help. So it looks like the play is going to be at sea. Try to isolate those 3 ships and kill them. Now, as we look into this, cap, lead, and points have now gone over 500 for the side of BN. Jamie Mendoza taking and keeping A. The Guden is going to continue to send B unless they push him out. But here's the C play, and this is what they wanted to do, ladies and gentlemen. We can see it executing. Delny over here has the Daring pinched. Ragnar has him pinched. Stalingrad has the radar going. Moskva has the radar going, and I feel like that was a mistake. I don't think they wanted both radars at the same time. Because now you can't chain them together, which gives the Daring a much better chance to get out of here with his life. You can see the first one getting ready to end, and the other one's already ended, so the Daring will be, yeah. Daring is no longer radared, so expect the Daring to pop his smoke here, go full undetected soon. And this Schlieffen is now going to just secondary down the St. Vincent, or at least try. St. Vincent continuing to dodge. Daring Dark. But here comes the charge of the Moskva. And so this is a very aggressive push from VWO. VWO says, you know what? You're going to do that? We'll collapse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships onto you. And St. Vincent doesn't have a heal for 48 seconds. He's in danger of going down. 27,000 health. He does have a DCP. There's the double fire, the instant DCP. But it's still 30 seconds. He's losing, it feels like, more than 1,000 health a second. Big hit. St. Vincent of Solgain down to 10,000. 9,000. He's got 28 seconds. I don't think he survives this, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to see the Schlieffen probably try to kill off the Moskva. And this is going all horribly wrong for the side of VWO50. One torp in on the Moskva. The St. Vincent goes down. Daring moving down because they need him to. But now here comes the Moskva. And the Moskva is going to get Stalin or Schlieffen torps on him. Big hit into the nose of the Moskva. Moskva trying to dodge to get the ram off. Will he do it? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. He doesn't get the 4th, and he gets the ram off, and BN has got to be disappointed about that. They get the Schlieffen gone, which has given them the C cap, so they're at 300 points, and they're ticking up. But that's a 340 point deficit, and the health lead that was 130,000 is only 60,000. Now, with that down, you expect to be able to knock off both of these remaining DDs. Delny taking a lot of damage for it, though. And they get the Guden Lu in the middle. They charge the Ohio around while we're watching down here. And now suddenly, ladies and gentlemen, all that work BN has put in, they're caught flat-footed. The charge from VW absolutely pays dividends. And if that Schlieffen doesn't go down there, you have to think this is a different story. But he does. And they're no longer in the position they were. Nab literally can't go any further. He's on the corner of the map just trying to hide. 1,000 health, and it's going to be tied up on kills here, ladies and gentlemen. Or actually, no, it's going to be 4-2 in favor of VWO. They're up 2 kills. They're up 100,000 health. They're just down only 40 points. Now, as we continue to watch in here, this becomes a moment where now BN has to make the play. They're looking in towards B, they're resetting the Ohio, but the Daring being in there is also going to get a lot of cap points, and that will be taken. And now BN on the back foot has to push hard down that line. And this is the better side to try to push into B2, but you have just put yourself in a real rough spot. Grozovoy spots Daring. Daring immediately smokes up. Bit of chip damage onto him. Right now it's about an even trade. Daring down to 17,000. Nothing to radar him, though, and spot him. 15,000. Grozovoy taking damage and healing as well. Daring still in a similar spot, but that last hit right there, oh, it just missed. So Daring and Grozovoy in similar spots. Grozovoy will have a little more health at the end of this. And 1 torp onto the Ohio. That's a slight win for the side of BN. So, bad, although to good in his Ohio. Running away. He's got heals left, 39,000. Here comes the Schlieffen of Chris. Daring of Fishop. He's going to sit there and he's going to keep B from being taken as they attempt to. And so the Daring and the Grozovoy have the Ohio spotted, but the Ohio just not taking enough damage. And here's the push and the collapse happening. 596 points, about to be 600 for the side of VWO. BN just behind, but this is a very strongly BN or VWO50 favored game. Torp's out on that Schlieffen. Schlieffen is backing up, but he has... Okay, he has spotted them. But KotS XIV next on the chopping block. Focus fire in on him. Looks decent still. Big hit, 4,500. And he doesn't have a heal for... He has a heal in a second, so he should be able to save and survive. But this is becoming such a challenge for BN. That push and deletion... The Schlieffen dying at the bottom of C without being able to do more damage just absolutely massacred BN's chance this game. The KotS XIV healing up, but almost gone. Shots coming in. He has 3 DCPs. He pops the DCP because he's on fire. Pushes forward. Shots out from the Stalingrad. Just barely survives those, but under 1,000 health. And the Ragnar now looking for the finish. Ragnar's has him at 600. Shells are in, 300. That's a permafire, ladies and gentlemen. There's the 5th kill for the side of VWO50. They're looking at the Des Moines for the 6th kill, and this game is gonna be VWO50's. 2,000 health left on Prince, and he is gone, ladies and gentlemen. And there's just 3 ships left for BN. Daring spotted. Grozavoy spotted. And you gotta think this has gotta be such a good feeling for VWO50 to win that game, especially after BN started and was just trying to starve you out of the game. Grozavoy is healing, but he is also on fire. 30,000 health. 2,700. The heal's about to end. Here's some shells in as well. He continues to play the dodge game. Looks like he's gonna get out of it. Jamie Mendoza, though, goes down. And that is a 400-point lead. Minute 13 until VWO50 wins. And here comes the Napoli around on the Harugamo, ladies and gentlemen. And they get the Grozavoy. That gives 27 seconds, and they know this game's over. BN's got to rapidly readjust if they want to win this next game and not playing more today. And he just sits there, and there's the damage, ladies and gentlemen. And your winner, taking the game and opening up the series, 1-0. Is VWO. GG, well played to both teams. BN looked really strong, but when that Schlieffen doesn't kill off the Moskva and takes the Ram, that just ended their chances.